In the tranquil countryside, before the early sun could melt the morning mist, a small silhouette could already be seen in the fields. It was Lily, the little monkey with bright, shining eyes.
Cầm đây này. Đây. Đúng rồi. Đây rồi.
To Lily, each new day wasn't the start of work, but a journey of joy spent by her dad's side. Lily's first job was helping her dad harvest grass for BB the goat. Looking at Lily, people couldn't help but smile at her clumsy yet proud enthusiasm.
Mai lên xe cho bà nhá. Đây. Mai lên xe rồi cho bà nhá. Lên xe đi. Đúng rồi, mai lên xe đi con. Đúng rồi.
She hugged bundles of fresh green grass so large they nearly hid her tiny frame. As the sun began to grow harsh, Lily didn't hesitate. She skillfully tucked handfuls of grass into the red wheelbarrow, the dad and daughter's familiar war horse.
Đây con. Giúp ba này. Đúng rồi, mang lên xe đi con. Đây cái này đi ơi. Đây Ly. Đây Ly. Xong rồi.
But the inherent playfulness of a little monkey never fades. Once the work was done, Lily quickly hopped onto the cart, sitting regally atop the pile of grass as her dad pushed her along.
Oh, đi về.
The sound of their clear laughter echoed down the path, leading to BB's pen. At the pen, Lily personally brought the succulent grass inside, watching tenderly as BB ate heartily. Her gaze was full of care, as if she were looking after her very best friend.
Đi qua đây nè. Đây.
That simple happiness was suddenly interrupted. While her dad was training to move large stones to decorate the pond, a sudden back pain struck him. He slumped down, his face contorting in pain and exhaustion. Immediately, all mischief vanished, replaced by a look of profound worry. Lily stepped closer, silently observing her dad. Her eyes seemed to ask, "Daddy, where does it hurt? What can I do to help you?"
Đau lưng xíu nữa ha. Đau lưng xíu. Đừng đá cái nặng quá đi. Sao ha? Sao đi nhé, bắt đầu thì sao? Còn lưng tí thôi, sao đâu. Làm nó ha, làm nó. Ta đang nghỉ tí nhá, được chưa? Ba không sao đâu ha. Đây Ly. Ly bỏ cái mũi cho ba nào. Bỏ mũi lên ghế cho ba. Bỏ lên ghế.
As they hobbled into the house together, Lily remained pensive, her face sad as she watched her dad lying down to rest. In that sensitive soul, a small but grand plan was born. Lily led BB the goat, pulling a small wooden cart out to the eggplant garden. She carefully selected the longest, ripest purple eggplants. Each fruit placed in the cart carried her tenderness and a steely determination. Lily had to earn money to buy medicine for her dad. The goat cart clattered its way to a small stall.
Bạn muốn mua gì đó Lily? Bạn muốn đậu hàng à? Hay Lily? Lily muốn đậu hàng hả Lily? Đây Lily, bỏ hàng vào đây cho tao. Lily muốn mua gì một Lily chọn đi.
at the edge of the village, standing before shelves filled with colorful candies and attractive toys, things any child would crave. Lily didn't cast them a single glance. Without hesitation, she pointed to a box of pain relief patches. To Lily, her own desires couldn't compare to her dad's. The moment she got the medicine, without a second of rest, Lily hopped onto BB's back, urging her four-legged friend to run home as fast as possible. Arriving home, Lily rushed to the sofa. Seeing her dad drifting off in pain, she climbed onto him, her small hands trembling with a mix of worry and haste. Feeling the warmth and concern of his little girl, the dad woke up, moved beyond
Cái gì mà
words.
ngồi đến đầu ba ấy? Anh cho ai gì đấy? À chà chà. Cảm ơn Ly nhá. Con mua ở đâu đây? À rắn lưng nè. Đúng rồi nè. Trời ơi, được quá nhỉ. Ở đâu ra có tiền mua đấy? Ở đâu ra có tiền mua đấy này? Ôi trời này, to quá vậy. À cái này kéo này, kéo phải dán nha. Dán lưng cho ba nha. Này sau Ly này, sau đây.
Lily gently peeled the patch and carefully placed it on his aching back. The movement was clumsy and fumbling, but it held a level of care that no words could describe.
Ui cha. Nóng cái lưng nó luôn đi. Hả? Nóng lưng luôn đấy.
At that moment, there were only two souls warming each other with the purest of feelings, filial piety and boundless love.
Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhé. Qua đây này, qua đây, Thư này. Đây này. Cảm ơn nha. Tôi có cái áo nào. Cái áo bẩn dữ vậy? Cái áo bẩn quá ha.
He pulled Lily into his arms, hugging her tiny body tightly. Lily leaned her head against his shoulder, her eyes closed in total trust.
Đi cởi áo cho Ly nhé.
Lily, come out and play. It was Kit, the neighbor boy, appearing behind the gate with colorful cotton candy in his hand to grab Lily's attention. Seeing Kit inviting her to play, Lily ran to the gate, but initially appeared very hesitant.
Trên TV Nhật nhà nhé. Ba cẩn thận không trộm nó vào đấy, chưa? Ha? Trộm nó vào nó quần hết đồ đi nhé.
The little monkey put her hand to her head and scratched it, showing indecision as she remembered her father's strict instructions. Lily stood before a choice. take a nap obediently as her father said, or step into a new adventure. Her hesitation showed through that innocent head scratch. But finally, childhood curiosity won. She slipped through the gap in the gate and took Kit's hand, running into the world of village paths. The two sat together on ancient stone steps. Kit shared a large stick of cotton candy with Lily, and she ate it with great delight. After finishing the treat, the two friends held hands and went deeper into the village paths. Lily climbed over old brick walls and through dense bushes to show Kit the green banana clusters and wild plants.
Đói bụng quá nhỉ? Không biết Lì nhà có gì ăn chưa nữa. Đi về.
One of the most exciting moments was when they stopped by a green rice field, eyes wide with wonder as a long train tore through the space and sped past. Going further, seeing ripe oranges on a trellis, Lily did not hesitate to climb high, weaving through the leaves to pick the fruit and share it with Kit. They both sat on the ground to peel and eat the fresh oranges right there.
Tung này. Nhà lộn xộn nhỉ? Đi ơi Lê. Đi đâu ở nhà lộn xộn này? Đi đâu rồi?
Ăn không chưa?
Lily understood that while the outside world is vast, her father's love and sharing with friends are the sweetest things she could ever have. The pale afternoon sunlight rested on the windowsill of the small wooden house. Lily sat there, her short little legs swinging back and forth, her large round eyes sparkling with curiosity as she looked out at the world. Suddenly, her gaze stopped. Right under the porch, a wicker basket lined with golden straw lay quietly. Inside were pristine white eggs. After a moment of observation, she skillfully climbed down and tiptoed toward the nest. She didn't rush. Lily glanced around the yard, from the jackfruit tree to the fence. The surroundings were silent. Just as Lily was focusing intensely, a white blur flashed by. Bebe, a mischievous little goat, dashed out from nowhere with a loud "Baba!" Lily jumped. She whispered. She dashed into the house. Rummaged around for a bit and pulled out her favorite green plastic basket. Armed with her equipment, Lily squeezed through the wooden door and headed straight for the chicken coop area. Standing before the basket of eggs, Lily reached out a tiny hand and gently touched the smooth shells. Her eyes were filled with tenderness. With all her skill, she carefully picked up each egg one by one, placing them softly into her green basket, as if a single heavy breath might shatter them. After gathering 5 eggs and whispered, "I'll leave these for the mama hen. If I take them all, she'll be so sad she might cry." Just as she was about to stand up, a cluck-cluck sounded from afar. Lily froze, her ears perking up to listen. Fearing she'd been caught by the owner, she hugged the basket tightly to her chest and scurried back toward the porch. As she ran, Lily grinned from ear to ear, her cheeks flushed with excitement. Occasionally, she glanced back, pressing her lips together to stifle a giggle. Once she stepped onto the house threshold, she breathed a sigh of relief. Her eyes shone with pride. This was the first time she had completed such a dangerous mission. At that moment, Lily's dad returned from the market. His hands full of
Lily.
bright red tomatoes and fresh carrots.
Lily. Ừ. Ui.
Lily excitedly
Lily.
showed off her surprise gift.
Ở đâu đây? Hả? Trứng ở đâu đây? Nè, ba mua đồ này cho Ly nè. À, chà chà. Để có trứng mình làm trứng với cái này nhá. Nhá. Rồi, vào đây này các. Đây. Ồ, ở đâu rồi Ly? À, đâu xem nào. Ui trời.
Her dad laughed, patting her head and
hai
praising
quả
her
ha.
for being so
Giỏi quá nhỉ.
brave.
Ba làm trứng ốp la cho Ly nhá, ốp la cà chua nhá. Được không? Ốp la cà chua nhá. Rồi đi qua đây. Nè. Ốp la cà chua nhá.
The two of them went
Này.
into the kitchen together.
Đây, ba có đồ này. Làm trứng ốp la cà chua cho Ly nhá. Đây. Để rửa đi rồi xong mình làm nhé. Được không? Làm nốt 3 mời không? À. Nhé. Rồi, ba đây rửa này. Đây là cà chua đi nhé. Rồi, vào đây này các. Đây, mình bỏ vào đây nhé.
In that cozy little space, Lily became the world's most helpful sous chef.
Bây giờ mình cắt cà chua nhé. Ly ngồi đây giúp ba nhé, được không? Đây ngồi đây. Giúp ba nhé. Đây ha. Đây chua nhé, được không? Nè. Rồi đi bỏ kia đi. Đúng rồi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa coi.
She helped her dad put the
Đây nữa.
sliced tomatoes into a bowl.
Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đấy, mình làm 2 quả thôi ha. Đây đi. Đây đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Giỏi quá. Đây coi. Đây luôn. Đây nữa. Đây. Giỏi quá. Bây giờ mình lấy trứng Ly nhá. Nè. Đó. Để nó chặt ra bỏ đây ha. Đó. Chụp ra. Cẩn thận nha. Rồi, chào bà tí nha. Ly, ngồi con, ngồi qua con, đúng rồi. Ngồi qua nhé.
When her dad cracked the eggs from her heist, Lily used chopsticks to whisk them thoroughly. She was so focused that the tip of her tongue poked out as she stirred until the mixture was a vibrant, blended
Cho
yellow.
vào nồi mình hấp nha. Được không? Ui giời, trứng này ngon lắm đúng không Ly? Đó. Rồi, ok rồi. Rồi. Thấy không? Rồi, vào đây các bạn ạ. Ở đây mình hấp nha. Đây. Đây coi. Và lưỡi Ly cẩn thận nhé. Rồi, ok. Giờ dẹp cái này tí nhá. Dẹp tí xong rồi mình ăn ha.
While waiting for the steam to rise from the pot of steaming eggs, Lily wiped the kitchen table clean, humming a wordless tune.
Đúng rồi. Ui, vẫn còn một quả Ly này. Trứng gà đi lấy ngoài vườn hả? Hay ở đâu? Nhưng mà sao ba luộc lên ăn mỗi lòng đỏ không ăn lòng trắng Ly? Hả? Thích lòng đỏ hả? Dạ. Hay là ba luộc cái này luôn nhé. Luộc không? Hay là dành? Dành nhá. Dành cất tủ lạnh nhé. Này bà cất ở đây nhé. Ha. Xôi đi kìa. Đó, thấy không? Đó. Sắp được kìa. Kìa đi kìa. Sắp được kìa, thấy không? Ha. Kìa, đây này. Đây sắp được rồi này. Đó, sắp chín kìa. Đấy. Thấy không? Cẩn thận nóng nhá, đừng để tay vào đây nóng nghe chưa? Kìa đi kìa. Sắp được kìa, thấy không? Ha. Đi nào. Đi ngồi ghế đi không?
When the steamed eggs with tomatoes were served, fragrant and piping hot, Lily was already sitting at the wooden table.
Được, được ngon quá ha.
Her dad used a fork to feed her small, soft bites. The richness of the eggs combined with the tartness of the tomatoes created a wonderful flavor. Lily chewed happily, her eyes squinting with joy.
Không, bỏ tay à. Bỏ tay xuống. Bỏ tay xuống, đúng rồi. Sao? Ổn không? Không, bỏ tay xuống. Bỏ tay xuống, bỏ tay xuống. Sao? Ăn cà chua ngon hơn hả? Bỏ đây con, bỏ đây. Đúng rồi. Nè, bỏ tay xuống. Đấy. Đúng rồi.
Today's tomato egg soup was more special than any other day because it was seasoned with courage, sharing, and the deep love of a little girl for her family.
On another morning, Lily woke up in bed, her eyes still sleepy. Wearing a yellow shirt and shorts, she quickly got out of bed and ran outside.
Oh my god!
There he was! Her dad was riding his motorcycle out the gate. No, I don't want you to go, Lily thought, rushing to try and pull the gate closed. But the man was already gone, leaving Lily behind with a puzzled and bewildered look, watching his figure disappear down the road. No! Dad can't leave me home alone. Lily was determined. She burst out of the gate and ran down the dirt road. She ran and ran.
Alo?
Finally spotting her dad's figure in the distance. Dad, wait for me, Lily cried out in her heart.
Oh, Dad! Dad! Dad!
She started to take a shortcut, hoping to cut him off. And then, a miracle happened. Lily appeared right in front of her dad, blocking his motorcycle. The man smiled at his little daughter,
Lily?
unable to
Con đang ở nhà mà
refuse
sao ra đây
her.
đứng vậy?
He stopped the
Đi ra đây
bike,
lúc nào Ly?
affectionately stroked Lily's head.
Ủa sao Ly? Tao biết ba ở đây mà tìm. Hả? Phải đi mua ăn sáng rồi về mà, mua đồ ăn sáng cho Ly nhá. Thấy chưa? Sao về nhà ngoan nhá. Đi mua đồ ăn sáng cho Ly xong rồi về nhá. Nhá, đừng đi theo nhá. Thấy chưa? Thấy chưa? Thôi mình đi mua đồ nhá, được không? Ông chặt vào nhá, ông chặt vào ngã nhá. Thấy chưa? Ông chặt vào, đúng rồi. Giỏi quá. Đi về nhá, đi mua đồ xong rồi về ha.
And then they went for a walk together, enjoying an unplanned yet affectionate journey. Today was Dad's birthday. A grand and loving plan began to form. To carry out the plan, the first thing she needed was money. Lily began her secret mission, She took the phone, looked up the information for a bakery, and quickly ordered a birthday cake. She searched every nook and cranny, and finally, inside a cabinet, she found her treasure, a red piggy bank. Without a moment's hesitation, Lily used all her might to push the piggy bank to the floor, where it shattered on impact. The saved coins clinked cheerfully as they spilled out. Before long, a delivery person brought a lovely cake box to the door.
Bạn đặt bánh phải không Lily?
Lily joyfully accepted it and placed the cake on the table.
Tôi sẽ giúp bạn.
The delivery person kindly helped Lily open the box, and immediately, a sweet strawberry scent filled the room.
Bánh này nha Lily.
Before her was a snow-white cream cake, decorated with plump red strawberries and fluffy swirls of frosting. It was so beautiful, so perfect. Just have to wait for Dad to come home, Lily told herself, trying to contain her excitement. But time passed slowly, and Dad still wasn't home. The aroma of the cake was too alluring, wafting into every corner, constantly teasing Lily's little tummy. Finally, temptation won. Just one tiny piece, she reassured herself. The sweet, rich taste melted on her tongue. It was more delicious than anything she had ever tasted. But one piece turned into another piece, and then she grew bolder, picking off a whole strawberry. In her blissful enjoyment, she accidentally leaned too far, and with a splat, a large dollop of cream fell right onto her school uniform. Startled and horrified, Lily looked down at the white stain on her shirt. Panic! If Dad saw this, the secret would be revealed, and he would surely scold her. She couldn't let that happen. She quickly took off the stained uniform and rushed it to the bathroom. With her tiny hands, she clumsily turned on the tap, splashing water all over the stain. She grabbed a bar of soap bigger than her fist and tried to scrub the cream out. Water and soap bubbles flew everywhere, but Lily didn't care. She put the shirt on the washboard and used all her might to scrub and knead, determined to destroy the evidence. After a great battle with the stain, she struggled to wring the clothes dry. Water was still dripping everywhere, but she couldn't wait any longer. She carried the soaking wet uniform outside, stood on her tiptoes on a stone, and stretched as far as she could to hang it on the clothesline. To hide all traces of her deed, she put on the new, clean dress she had bought earlier. returned to her study desk and pretended to wait obediently, her heart still pounding.
Lily. Ủa? Trời. Sao vậy? Ủa? Sao thế này? Sao heo của Lily mà lại vỡ thế này trời?
When her dad returned,
Lily ơi,
the
Lily.
first thing he saw was the shattered piggy bank on the floor. Thinking his little daughter had been making mischief again, he couldn't hide his fatigue and annoyance.
Lily. Tao bảo này Lily ơi. Lily, bố hỏi này. Lily, ba hỏi này.
Lily, was this you again? He said in a loud voice. Unjustly scolded,
Này có thấy không? Đây này, thấy chưa? Bể heo thấy chưa? Con lấy tiền làm gì? Đứng im.
Lily just silently bowed her head, her eyes welling up with tears. But she offered no
Người ta đang nói
explanation.
mà. Tiền là bể heo làm gì? Hay là lỡ đụng vào nó? Đúng không đi? Rồi sao lấy tiền mua đồ ở đây? Lấy tiền đâu mua quần áo? Sao? Tiền đâu con mua quần áo? Bây giờ làm sao có tiền mua đồ, mua trái cây cho Ly đây? Hết tiền mua trái cây rồi. Làm sao? Dối à? Làm sao? Không biết nói gì luôn.
She wanted to keep the secret
Nào, đến
until
tay
the
đâu
very
hả?
end. Seeing that her dad was still angry, Lily quietly approached him and gently tugged on his pant
Thấy
leg.
hả?
She led him to the table where the birthday cake was hidden.
Ây trời
When her
ơi.
dad saw the cake with its loving message, he was stunned.
Gì đây?
All his anger instantly vanished, replaced by astonishment, then emotion, and finally
Làm sao ăn
regret.
mất miếng rồi? Nè.
He understood
Ăn mất miếng
everything.
rồi nè.
Oh, my
Không được
daughter,
em ăn
he
đừng
choked
rửa
out.
nhé.
I'm so
Đừng rửa
sorry.
nhé, ăn chưa?
I
Ngồi
didn't
đây
know.
à? Ngồi đây. Rồi đến đâu đi? Đến đâu đi? Ôi rồi, đây hả? Rồi cảm ơn Ly nhá. Ở đây nha. Đây đúng không hả? Đúng không nhỉ?
Thank you for everything, Lily. He swept his little girl into a tight hug. All misunderstandings were washed away. Under the glowing candlelight, the father and daughter shared the sweet cream cake, a simple birthday party that was perhaps the warmest and most meaningful one in the world.
Đang chiều đi ăn bánh đó. Đây này, đi ăn bánh đi. Đây này đi. Đó, ăn đi nào. Ăn trái cây nhá. Đi mua bánh bao nhiêu Ly? Mua bao nhiêu tiền này? Hả? Ngon quá ha. Bánh ngon quá nhỉ. Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Chúng ta ba cho tiền đi lại đi mua cái heo mới nha Ly nhé. Mua cái heo mới nhá. Cất tiền nhá. À, ba ăn vào đây. Đúng rồi.
Chef, Lily, and the flower accident. Bored from not being able to go out, Lily started looking for fun inside the house. She went into the kitchen, a place always full of mystery and appeal. Today, I'll be a chef, Lily thought, her eyes shining brightly. Lily opened a kitchen cabinet, looking inside curiously. She tried to reach for a large jar on a high shelf. Oops! Lily gasped. The jar of flour tipped over, pouring all over her, covering her from head to toe in white powder. The flour not only covered Lily, but also spilled all over the kitchen floor. Lily stood there, stunned for a moment. Then her eyes widened. Oh no! What if Dad sees this? Lily looked around in a panic. There was no time to be scared. She immediately began her cleanup mission. Lily used her hands to scrape the flour on the floor, trying to gather it. After a period of hard work, the floor was relatively clean, but Lily was still covered in flour, looking quite comical.
Ly ơi, Ly. Ly, đâu rồi? Ủa, đâu rồi? Ly ơi, Ly, bố về nè. Ly ơi, Ly, đâu rồi? À, cái gì này? Cái gì bố tùm lum này? Ly ơi, Ly.
The man walked into the kitchen and saw Lily in her white-coated state. He looked around, saw the remaining traces of flour on the floor,
Ui
and then
trời
looked back
ơi,
at Lily.
sao mặt mũi bẩn thế này, hả? Toàn bột này.
He smiled and shook his head, not knowing whether to scold or feel sorry for his mischievous daughter.
Ui trời ơi, sao? Không muốn làm bánh hả? Hả? Muốn làm bánh thì gọi ba nhé. Nè, làm bánh cho Ly nhé. Ui, cẩn thận này, đổ nhé. Quên mất nhỉ. Ra đây vào làm bánh nhá. Ra đây ngồi vào làm bánh nhá. Đây, ngồi đây ha. Làm xem nào. Hết quần áo rồi. Thôi để lau tay sạch sẽ để ba.
He gently picked Lily up and used a towel to wipe the flour off her. That afternoon, Lily was coming home from school. On the dirt path in the middle of a vast field, suddenly, Lily saw a tree laden with dark berries. So yummy, she thought, quickly climbing the tree. Her small fingers nimbly picked the berries and popped them into her mouth. Lily ate them deliciously, completely unaware that she was bringing trouble upon herself.
Oh my gosh!
After eating her fill, Lily skillfully climbed down and continued on her way home. Arriving at the gate, Lily went inside, carefully setting down her bag and taking off her hat. Suddenly, a sharp stomachache hit her. Ouch! My tummy hurts so much. Lily clutched her stomach, her face scrunched up in pain. She rushed straight to the bathroom. She hurriedly took off her clothes, throwing them into a basin. But frustratingly, the stubborn paper diaper was stuck fast, and she struggled but couldn't get it off. The pain grew worse, and Lily was on the verge of tears. In this moment of crisis, her only hope was her sleeping dad. Lily rushed out of the bathroom and climbed onto the bed. She gently crept closer and used her tiny fingers to poke him, trying to wake him up.
Gì Ly? Trời
The
ơi.
man woke up to see his little daughter with a
Yeah.
tearful face, pointing at her diaper.
Chào. Ý da trời, cái gì vậy con? Cái gì đây? Quần áo
He
đâu?
smiled, immediately understood the problem, and pulled her
cái
into a
tã hả?
hug.
Đi vệ sinh hả? Để xem nào. Ui, trời ơi. Đói bụng hay gì mà y đầy đấy hả? Ăn gì đúng không? Ăn gì bậy bậy đúng không? Thôi đi rửa nhá.
He
Đi rửa tay
affectionately
nhá,
soothed Lily and then carried her back to the bathroom.
nha. Ghê quá ha. Đây, thôi đây là đi cho Ly nha. Thúi nào xem nào. Đến đây. À.
He sat her on the toilet and gently helped her remove the troublesome diaper.
Ghê trời ơi. Thôi đứng yên nào, đứng yên nào. Đây. Đứng yên nào, đi nào.
Afterwards, he used the shower sprayer to wash her carefully and gently.
Thì mày để cho Ly nha. Đi thúi nha. Chưa? Đi thúi nha. Đi thúi. Tắm luôn ha. Tắm không? Đi thúi xong rồi. Tay đâu? Tay đâu? Tay thúi đâu? Rồi, xong rồi. Ui.
On another morning, Lily was sleeping soundly in her soft bed, her eyes still tightly shut. When she finally woke up, she stretched and then dutifully went into the bathroom.
Dad.
As was her routine, Lily sat properly on the toilet. But perhaps because she was so tired from the night before, sleepiness suddenly washed over her again. Her head began to nod, her eyes slowly closed, and eventually Lily fell asleep right there on the toilet, without realizing it. A while later, the man returned home from an outing. As he walked in the door, he called out loudly, "Lily, Dad's home!" His loving voice echoed into the bathroom, startling Lily awake. She looked around dazed, then, as if remembering her task,
Oh,
she quickly flushed the toilet. Afterward, Lily went to the sink, got some soap, and washed her hands and face properly. Once she was neat and tidy, she ran out to the living room to find her dad, ready for a new day full of love.
Đến đây ngồi được không? Ui, làm gì đây? Làm gì mà áo ướt hả? À, đi vệ sinh hả? Hả? Dậy rồi ha, xem nào. Mặt sạch chưa? Tay sạch chưa? Ui, tay sạch thế. Tay sạch ha.
After their short trip, the man returned home, looking quite tired. Lily watched her dad sleep soundly, then glanced at the door. A mischievous idea sparked in her mind. If he doesn't have the keys, he can't go anywhere else. With that thought, Lily gently climbed off the chair and tiptoed to the table. She carefully picked up the keychain and ran to a corner of the house. After looking around, she decided to hide her treasure inside the blue trash can. This way, Dad will stay home with me all day, she giggled to herself. Once her task was complete, Lily climbed back onto the bed, lay down next to her dad, and pretended she knew nothing.
Hi.
Lily, dậy rồi hả?
A while
Dậy
later,
rồi.
the man woke up.
Dậy sớm này. Không ngủ tí nữa hả? Dậy sớm này. Đói bụng chưa? Đi mua gì ăn đi ha. Đi. Đi mua gì ăn nhé. Dậy thôi ha. Dậy thôi. Gấp chặt lại nhé. Chân của Ly lại nhé. Đi ra đây, đi ra đây. Gấp lại nha, gọn gàng nào. Đi, đi đi. Đi này. Đi lên nhà này, đi. Đây đi, ở đây ngồi này, các bạn này. Đây 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 đây. Đây đi. Con đi đâu đấy? Đi đâu đấy? Ly ở đây nhá. Ngồi đi chơi chưa? Ba đi chợ nhá. Ha? Thấy chưa? Để cất mũi Ly nhá. Thôi ngồi đây chơi đi ha. Ba đi tìm chìa khóa, ba đi chợ tí nhá. Cái chìa khóa ở đây đâu đi nhỉ? Chìa khóa đâu đấy? Cái chìa khóa bỏ trên bàn đâu rồi?
He looked around, then panicked when he couldn't find the keychain. He searched everywhere, on the table, under the chair, but it was nowhere to be found. He walked into the house and looked at Lily suspiciously. Lily, where are Dad's motorcycle keys? In response, she just shook her head with an innocent, blameless look. Just as he was getting flustered, his phone rang. The man answered it and stepped outside to talk.
Hello. À mẹ hả? Dạ. Dạ dạ.
As soon as her dad was out of sight, Lily sprang into action. She rushed to the trash can and quickly pulled out the keychain. Lily ran up to him, holding up the keys as if in triumph.
Đưa cho ba là Ly.
Dad, I found them! The man was surprised, then overjoyed.
Ở đâu đấy?
He took the keys and affectionately patted his clever daughter's head, completely unaware that the hero who found the keys was also the culprit who had caused the whole incident.
Cho ăn vả Ly. Thôi bây giờ ba cho Ly đi cùng nhé. Ba cho Ly đi chơi với ba nhé. Đi mua đồ ăn nhé. Được không? Ly giỏi lắm. Đi này, đi này. Đi lấy mũ nhé. Đi. Đây, mũ này, mũ đây Ly. Cái túi này. Mũ. Giỏi lắm. Cái túi này. Đúng rồi đấy. Rồi ra xe, đi ra xe. Lên xe ngồi đi, lên trên ngồi. Đi này. Ở đây con, ở đây. Rồi, đi phải làm. Rồi, cẩn thận nhá, đi cắt tay ha.
After hanging the clothes, Dad went to the kitchen to cook lunch. He opened the rice bin, but it was empty except for one small handful. He sighed and checked his old wallet. There were only a few small bills inside, not enough to buy more rice.
Không đủ đâu. Thôi, mang đủ tiền mua gạo rồi. Ba còn mỗi 5.000 thôi Ly à.
A worried look crossed his
Không
face.
đủ đâu. Tôi đi ở nhà nhé. Giờ đi ở nhà bà nhé. Ba đi làm rồi tiền mua đồ ăn nhé. Để tạm đây đi ha.
Lily, Dad said gently, please stay here and study. I'm going to the garden to find vegetables to sell. We need money for rice. Lily looked up and saw the worry in his eyes, even though he tried to hide it. Okay, Dad, be careful, she said.
Đi ở nhà nhé.
Dad put on his hat, grabbed a hoe, and walked silently to the garden. Lily tried to focus on her laptop lesson, but she kept thinking about her dad. Suddenly, a video of a street performer playing guitar popped up. An idea sparked. She looked at her small wooden guitar, a special gift from her dad. I have to help Dad, she thought. Lily shut the laptop, grabbed her guitar, and put on her straw hat. She ran all the way to the small, busy market. She found a corner, placed her hat on the ground upside down, and took a deep breath. She began to play.
Hi.
But people just hurried past.
Thương quá đi.
Her music was quiet and hesitant, lost in the noise of the market. This time, the music was not timid. It was strong and clear. The new energy made people stop and listen.
Hi. Hi.
The first coin landed in her hat
Thank
with a
you.
clink, then a second and a third. People smiled and put money in her hat.
Thank
Soon her hat was full of small change. Thank you, Lily whispered, her face red with happiness.
Ahem. Thank you.
Wow, what's up, amazing?
She gathered the money and ran to the general store.
Hi.
Mua gì đó Lily? Hôm nay cửa hàng tôi có cam ngọt lắm. Cậu ăn thử đi, ngọt lắm. Nếu chua tôi sẽ hoàn tiền cho. Cam ngọt lắm Lily. Bạn mua thử đi. Nếu chua tôi sẽ hoàn tiền lại cho bạn.
She used some of the money to buy some juicy oranges, the kind her dad loved but rarely bought. Holding the oranges, Lily ran straight to the garden. Dad! She called.
Ủa?
He looked
Đi đâu
up,
bán vậy Ly?
surprised to see her.
Bán gì cho ai đây?
Lily,
Bán cho bà hả?
where did you get the money for
Hả?
this?
Bán cây cho ba hả? Ủa tiền của con ở đâu đây? Ở đâu có tiền này? Tiền này ở đâu?
Lily, still breathing hard, told him the whole story. The laptop idea, the failed first attempt, and her success with the new song.
Lily làm cái xí đó nè. Lily giỏi quá nhờ.
Dad listened, speechless.
Con đây của con nhé.
He pulled his little girl into a tight hug.
Đổi nón này đi. Nón cho mát nhá. Đúng rồi. Thôi đi nào, đi đây ăn nào. Chậm thôi con. Qua đây, đây. Qua đây ngồi nè. Đây ngồi đây. Ngồi đây nhá. Ngồi đây. Bóc cái này cho Ly nhá. Đúng rồi. Để bà bỏ cái đàn cho Ly nhá. Rồi. Bỏ đây cho con nhé. Cái đàn đẹp
Then
kìa.
he gently
Cái này đẹp quá
released
hả?
her and picked up
Cái
an
này đi ăn nhé.
orange. His rough hands
Đi
peeled
ăn
it,
đỏ phải không?
and he handed the first slice to Lily.
Chờ xíu. Chờ xíu. Đây.
You eat this, he said. It's a reward for my great guitarist.
Vài miếng nha.
Lily smiled, her eyes crinkling, and
ngon quá
took
vậy.
the slice. They sat together, eating the sweet, juicy orange. It was the most memorable lunch of their lives, a mix of sweetness, sweat, and happiness. The door creaked open. Lily, home from school in her uniform, scampered into the house.
Vào đây nha, chưa? Đưa cặp đây.
As was her routine, she adeptly shrugged the heavy backpack off her shoulders. Dad smiled, took the backpack, and hung it neatly on the
Vào
hook.
tủ lạnh đi. để sữa.
Immediately, Lily ran to the refrigerator, stood on her tiptoes to open the door, and took out a carton of fresh milk. Dad, pour me some milk! Dad gently took a glass, pouring the pure white milk for her.
Rồi.
Lily put a straw in and took a deep sip. While his little daughter was refueling, Dad quietly went downstairs to prepare a few things. Perhaps because she was so thirsty, Lily drank a bit too quickly. A white splash of milk spread across the wooden table. Lily startled. Oh no! But she didn't cry. She knew what to do.
Uh-oh.
Quick as a squirrel, Lily ran to get a cleaning cloth and diligently wiped the spill clean.
Uh-oh.
When she was done, she held the milk-soaked cloth and ran to find her dad.
Đi đâu đây?
Dad,
Đi
I
qua đây nào.
accidentally spilled the milk. Can you please wash this cloth for me? Lily happily returned to the living room. But just as she sat down, she felt something strange.
Uh-oh.
Achoo! And then achoo! Again. She was sneezing constantly. Perhaps the change in weather had given her a cold. Mindfully, Lily ran to the tissue box, pulled out a few, and wiped her own nose. When she was done, she even carefully threw the dirty tissues into the trash can before wandering into the bedroom. A sudden chill made her climb right onto the bed, seeking warmth from her beloved blanket and curling up into a small ball. A moment later, Dad finished washing the cloth. He came upstairs but didn't see his daughter. "Lily?" he called. There was no answer. He gently pushed open the bedroom door
Lily.
and saw a small lump of blanket, shivering slightly.
Lily,
He walked over
sao vậy?
and softly lifted the blanket.
Sao nằm đây?
Lily's face was flushed red,
Sao đây?
her eyes heavy-lidded and weary. The father's
vậy?
heart clenched. He
Bố
was
à?
truly worried.
Vì sao đây? Bố mẹ có nằm ngủ được không? Bố nằm ngủ hả? Mệt hả? Có mệt hả?
"You have a fever," he whispered, rushing to find the thermometer.
để ba xem nào. Ba xem ốm nào. Ba xem nào.
A beep sounded,
Trời ơi.
confirming his fear.
Ốm ở đấy nghe chưa? Nè, ốm ở nè thấy không? Thấy chưa? Đi làm ngoan nhá. Nào, nằm xuống con, nằm xuống. Con nằm đi.
Dad hurried to get a cooling fever patch, gently
Ngoan nhé,
placing
bà
it
dán
on
lên
his
Lily nhá.
daughter's forehead.
Sốt nha. Đây con nằm xuống đi, con nằm xuống. Đúng rồi. Đó. Rồi con nằm đây. Ngoan nhá. Cái này nó mau hết lắm, thấy chưa? Đây, uống thuốc. Sao đây, uống thuốc nhé. Rồi con nằm xuống, nằm xuống bà lấy cho. Nhé.
Then carefully measured a spoonful of cold and flu syrup.
Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua
There's
thuốc
a
con
good
Lily.
girl, he soothed.
Lily uống
Drink
uống
some
xíu thôi.
medicine so you can get better soon.
Con bị sao vậy? Ốm à? Đây bà xem nào. Bị sao đây? Sao mà mệt vậy? Sao mà nằm đây? Sao nằm đây Lily? Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua thuốc ho cho Lily này. Lily uống đi, uống một xíu thôi. Con ốm à? Ốm hả? Đâu bà xem nào. Lily dậy đi này. Bà mua thuốc ho cho Lily này. Sao được không? Siro mật ong đấy. Cái nào để bà xúc cho nhé. Đúng rồi. Mau khỏe chưa? Siro này nó không phải ho đấy. Ho cảm đấy. Đúng rồi, giỏi lắm. Đúng rồi. Đi giỏi lắm, đúng rồi. Được rồi ha. Nó nằm đi nào, đây con nằm xuống. Coi xem nào. Đúng rồi đấy. Rồi, ngoan ha. Đúng rồi, đấy.
While Lily drifted off to sleep from exhaustion, Dad did not rest. He quietly went out to the garden, where the orange tree was heavy with fruit. He picked the juiciest oranges, brought them inside, and carefully squeezed a glass of fresh juice. He carried the
Lily.
glass into the room, gently helped Lily sit up, and said, "Drink some orange juice to get your strength
đấy.
back."
Ngon không? Ngồi dậy, ngồi dậy. Đúng rồi.
The light, sweet taste of the orange soothed Lily's raw throat.
Chậm thôi nhé. Ngon quá hả? Cái ca mà làm ngon quá hả? Hết chưa? Hết chưa? Rồi, đi ba nào. Rồi, ngồi im này, con ngồi im nhé. Giỏi lắm, đúng rồi, đi giỏi lắm. ngoan nha. Tới đây. Đúng rồi.
Under the warm morning sunlight, Lily looked like an enthusiastic little farmer. She wore comfy shorts and a t-shirt, a wide-brimmed hat on her head, and carried a cute little basket. She quickly passed the eggplant row, where purple fruits were dangling, but her eyes didn't stop. They were aimed straight at the end of the garden. Lily's target was the apple tree. As soon as she reached the tree, in the blink of an eye, she had nimbly climbed the tree, as quick and flexible as a little squirrel. Lily's sharp eyes quickly found her targets. One hand held firmly onto a branch for support, while her other hand quickly reached out to pick the apples. Thud, thud. The ripe red apples kept falling onto the soft grass blanket below. Lily moved skillfully from one branch to another, not missing any delicious fruit within her reach. After a period of effective battle, when she saw there was a good amount of loot, Lily jumped lightly to the ground. She dusted off her hands, happily picked up the plumpest apple she had just picked, brought it to her mouth, and took a big bite. Lily sat right down at the base of the tree, savoring her reward, her eyes shining with ultimate pride and satisfaction. The sweet, refreshing taste of the apple spread, like a well-deserved prize for her hard work. After eating, Lily started gathering. She carefully picked up each apple and placed it in the basket. Soon, the basket was full and heavy. Lily put her hat back on, then used both hands to heave the heavy basket up, and joyfully walked out of the garden to go home. As soon as she saw her dad, joy sparkled in Lily's eyes. She ran over, chirping in her clear voice, "Dad, I'm home from school." Her dad smiled gently, let go of the broom, and opened his arms wide to embrace his little daughter. Once inside, Lily immediately showed herself to be a very independent little girl. With her tiny but skillful fingers, she took off her freshly creased uniform and changed into comfortable home clothes.
Oh.
A bright yellow t-shirt and cute striped shorts.
Uh-huh.
Not only that, she also proved to be very responsible. Lily carefully gathered her uniform, held it snugly in her arms, and trotted over to the washing machine. With a very serious expression, she neatly placed the clothes inside the drum, as if completing a very important task. When her mission was accomplished, Lily excitedly put on her favorite straw hat and ran out to the yard, where her dad was still waiting. Seeing his energetic little daughter, an idea suddenly sparked in his mind. He suggested, "Shall we go to the garden to pick vegetables for lunch?" Lily's eyes lit up, and she nodded eagerly in agreement. Her dad lifted her into his arms, and together they went to the garden behind the house. Under the golden sunlight, the two of them began their harvest. Dad picked a large, fresh loofah, which Lily delightedly took and nibbled a small piece of.
Trái nó hơi dài quá ha. Nhìn nó non non nhỉ. Bỏ vào đây con, bỏ vào đây ha. Giá là kém nha. Đây ha.
Together, they picked plump eggplants, lush green beans, and vibrant red tomatoes.
Ôi giời, ngon quá hả? Này được không? Bỏ đây. Các bạn ha, rồi đi nào. Nó có thêm này, cà chua này, đậu nhá. Rồi, giờ đi về ha.
Soon their basket was overflowing with fresh vegetables.
Đi về thôi. Đi về nhanh nấu ăn nào, đi nhanh lên. Rồi, nhanh lên con. Đi sau đây.
Back inside, while her dad was busy preparing the freshly picked vegetables for lunch, Lily obediently sat down at her study table. She put on her small glasses, sat in front of her tablet, and took the opportunity to study online.
Hôm nay đi của mình ở nhà đang học bài nên mình sẽ nấu món ăn cho Lily nhé. Bây giờ mình có khoai này, cà rốt này, tí đậu này. Bây giờ mình hấp cho Lily nhé.
Lily focused on her studies, like a real student.
Rất giỏi, chỉ là hơi chậm hơn nhóm 1 một chút xíu thôi.
Occasionally, she would glance towards the kitchen, curiously observing her dad's cooking. In the cozy kitchen, Lily's dad was busy preparing the fresh vegetables they had just picked. But suddenly, he frowned, looking at the empty spice jar. Oh no, we're out of salt! Lily, who was studying, immediately left her desk when she heard her dad. She ran to his side, her big round eyes full of curiosity. Her dad bent down and gently asked, "My sweet Lily, can you help me go to the supermarket and buy a bag of salt?" With a determined look, Lily nodded enthusiastically. Her dad smiled, carefully put money into Lily's small purse, and kindly reminded her, "Be careful, I'll be waiting for you."
Bye-bye.
Lily eagerly ran out to the backyard. There, her close friend, Sam the pig, was relaxing on the lush green grass.
Hi.
"Sam, let's go to the supermarket," Lily called out. Sam, as if understanding, stood up. Lily nimbly climbed onto Sam's back, holding on tightly. Sam began to carry Lily along the familiar village path, the sound of his trotting feet mingling with Lily's giggles, creating a truly lovely and simple scene.
Ahem.
At the supermarket, faced with a colorful world of sparkling goods, especially the candy aisle, Lily wanted to buy everything. Her eyes were glued to the tempting packages of sweets, imagining their sweet taste. But then, her dad's words echoed in her ears. Please buy a bag of salt for me.
Mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé. Mua cho bà ít gia vị rồi về mình ăn cơm nhé. Thấy chưa?
Lily snapped back to reality, breaking free from the allure of snacks and quickly heading to the spice aisle. A moment later, she found the pure white bag of salt her dad needed. After paying at the counter, Lily hurried back to where Sam was waiting. Let's go home, Sam, Lily chirped happily. Sam carried Lily back again, along the familiar road, bringing with them the bag of salt and the joy of a completed mission. Upon arriving home, Lily proudly handed the salt to her dad. Dad, I bought the salt! Her dad smiled warmly, patting his little daughter's head in thanks,
Vừa kịp lúc cơm chín luôn đấy.
and then immediately used the salt to finish the dish he was cooking.
Rồi đây. Này là gia vị rồi. Phải có thêm tí gia vị nó mới ngon được ha. Đấy.
Soon, the warm, sweet aroma of the cooked lunch filled the house, awakening Lily's hungry stomach. With all his care and love, her dad carefully arranged the food on plates. The carrot slices glowed with the color of the sun, and the green beans were as vibrant as if they had just been picked. Everything was the fruit of their small garden, a nutritious gift from a dad to his daughter's health.
Rồi, rồi. Thôi, đi ra ăn ha. Ba chuẩn bị đồ ăn cho lợn này nhé. Đồ ăn cho Ỉn ha. Đồ ăn cho Ỉn ba chuẩn bị sẵn rồi đấy. Bây giờ mình mang cho để Ỉn ăn ha. Chờ ba tí nha. Rồi. Rồi, đi đây nè. Cơm ha, cơm ha. Rồi, chờ ba tí nha.
The two of them sat at the table, the space filled only with peace and the aroma of food.
Tới rồi.
The lunch wasn't fancy, but it was the happiest of meals.
Đây này, hôm nay có cà rốt này, có đậu, có khoai lang nhá. Đây, ăn cà rốt trước ha. Hôm nay mình ăn cà rốt trước nha. Đây.
Lily held her small fork, taking each bite with relish, her cheeks puffing out adorably.
Dinh dưỡng cho Ly nhé. Wow, khỏe. Tuyệt vời.
In the sweetness of the vegetables, she could almost taste the sun, the earth, and the effort she herself had contributed. And above all, it was the taste of the love her dad had seasoned every dish with.
Đây. Đó. Bây giờ bạn sẽ đậu cho Ly nhé. Đấy. Rồi bạn đậu đi. Ăn thử đúng rồi. Ta biết là nó ngon hay không chứ. Đây.
Her dad didn't eat much. He just quietly watched his little daughter eat with a good appetite, his eyes filled with a simple yet complete
Cắn nha.
happiness.
Đây, chị ba này không nè. Thấy không? Đây, đi đây. Cà rốt hả? À, có vẻ nhưng mà Ly cũng thích ăn đậu mọi người ạ. Mình lấy cà rốt cho Ly nhá. Đây. Thì một cà rốt ha. Rồi thì lấy cái Ly nhá. Đây. Đó. Wow. Đúng rồi. Giỏi quá. Thêm cà rốt ha. Đây. Cái vai mệt ha. Thêm cà rốt cho con nhá. Mạnh lên con, đứng mạnh lên. Ý giời. Ý dạ, ý dạ. Ý dạ. Đây tôi chỉnh lại cái này là gì đây? Đây, 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 đây. Đấy, đây là thật ha. Cắm mạnh lên sao? Cắm mạnh dưới nào? Cắm mạnh dưới chứ. Đây, cần phải cắm mạnh này. Đúng rồi. Thì đốt ha. Mình ăn từng món một nhỉ.